So uniform velocity. Uniform velocity. Whenever I use the term velocity, that means velocity is a vector quantity and the speed is a scalar quantity. What do you understand by this term uniform velocity? That means when a body travels the equal distance, you can use the term distance or the displacement. Here I can use the term distance also. When a body travels the equal distance in a particular direction, what is the key point? If you are going to explain the definition of uniform speed, then you will not mention the direction. But when you are saying about the uniform velocity, that means a body travels the equal distance in a particular time and in the equal interval of time. Because the velocity is uniform, that means it is practically it is not possible, but theoretically that means is moving 3 to 4 kilometer in 1 hour or 4 to 5 kilometer also in 1 hour. That means it is going to move the equal distance with the equal interval of time. That's why you can say the velocity is uniform. So if a body travels equal distance in a particular direction, why the direction? Because velocity is a vector quantity. In the equal interval of time, the body is moving with uniform velocity. How will you write down? Velocity is equal to displacement upon time. Velocity is a vector quantity. That's why I will write the vector over here. And displacement is a vector quantity, but the time is a scalar quantity. So you will denote like this. Second thing, non-uniform or the variable velocity. It's very important. Non-uniform or the velocity and the variable velocity means there are the two key points here. First, the magnitude, and the second is the direction. In some cases, magnitude as well as the direction can change, but in some other cases, only the magnitude, or in other cases, magnitude can say only the direction will change. Try to understand. So the non-uniform or the variable velocity, that means the velocity of a body can be variable because of due to change in the magnitude, first key point, or the direction, or both the magnitude and the direction. So there are three possibilities, either magnitude or the direction or both the changing. So in this way, if a body moves the unequal distance in a particular direction and in a equal interval of time, it is the first possibility that it is going to cover the unequal distance. But the direction is same because only magnitude is changing. In some other cases, equal distance in the equal interval of time, equal distance in equal interval of time, that means the magnitude is the same but direction is changing. So here only the magnitude is changing, direction is same. In some other cases, the direction is changing but the magnitude is same. Why the magnitude is same? Because the question is saying equal distance in the equal interval of time. So in both the cases, it is known as the non-uniform or variable velocity. Try to understand by giving some one example. Suppose a freely falling body, a body that is like this. It's a freely falling body. What happens actually when it is moving towards the gravity? When it goes down, the speed will always increase. So motion of a freely falling body, when it is changing, the speed is always continuously changing. That means when it is moving towards the gravity, it will increase. But what about the direction? The direction will remain same. Obviously, it is going down. So in other cases, you can see that in motion of a freely falling body where the direction is not changing. Direction is same because it is going down. But the speed is continuously changing. When the speed is changing, that means the value, the magnitude is changing, but the direction is constant. So this is also the example of variable velocity. Even the magnitude, even the direction is same, but the magnitude is changing, it is increasing. One more example, uniform circular motion. You can see here the contrast, the magnitude is same, here the same speed, same speed, same speed, same speed. But what is going to change? Why it is known as the variable velocity? Because the direction is changing. So I mean to say, if the direction, only the direction is changing, magnitude is the same, even if it is the example of variable velocity. In this cases, the direction is same, the magnitude is changing. So this is also the example of variable velocity or the non-uniform velocity. This is an ideal example of, it is very important for your exams. It is an ideal example of where the speed is constant. Why the speed is constant? Because here it is also 40 meter, suppose 40 meter per second, 40 meter per second, 40 meter per second, 40 meter per second. But the direction is changing. So it is an ideal example because in speed we never consider the direction. So the uniform circular motion is an example where the speed will remain changed but the direction is continuously changing. Because the direction is continuously changing, that means the velocity will remain variable. So the uniform circular motion where the constant speed because the magnitude is same, but when the direction is changing, this means the variable velocity. So one more term, that is average velocity. Average velocity, that means when we take the total displacement upon total time. So average total displacement upon total time. Now try to understand the difference between the speed and velocity. You know that speed is a scalar quantity and velocity is a vector quantity. Speed, that means there is no relation with the direction, so it will always remain positive. But velocity, it may be positive because the direction is vector quantity or the negative. Second more thing, average speed, very important for your numericals. Average speed where we take the total distance. Average speed cannot be zero. Why the average speed cannot be zero? Because we calculate the average speed by the total distance, and total distance, when total distance is zero, that means the body is in the rest condition. So total distance cannot be zero. I have already explained you. So the average speed and anyhow cannot be zero. But the average velocity may be zero because in the average velocity we always take the total displacement. And we know that total displacement may be zero. How total displacement may be zero? Because when the body is moving in a circular path. When the body is moving in the circular path, that means it is going like this, start from this and coming back to the original position. That means it is the 2 pi r, that is the total distance covered by the body. But the total displacement will remain zero. When the displacement is zero, obviously there is the possibility of that the average velocity may be zero. But the average speed can never be zero. Now come to the different topic, that is acceleration. Acceleration, that means that you are you are on your scooty and you are going to accelerate. It's a very common word, accelerate. So accelerate means that you are going to change the velocity. When the velocity is changing, that means earlier you were moving with the 30 km per hour, now you are moving with the 50 or 60 km per hour. That means the velocity is changing. Velocity is changing with time interval. When the rate word is there, that means it is related to time. So what is the rate of change of velocity with time? That is known as the acceleration. That means within a given time, how much your velocity is going to change. That's why the formula of acceleration is change in velocity with time. So that's why the definition is, because the time is there, rate of change of velocity with time. Now, how will you calculate the unit of acceleration? Never cram the unit of limit. Always you find out. How will you calculate? Because the change in velocity, and velocity is equal to displacement upon time. So what is the unit of change in velocity? Meter per second. And unit of, in the MK system, the unit of time is second. So the unit of acceleration is meter per second square. How will you calculate the unit of acceleration in the CGS system? Because change in velocity, there is no relation change with the unit centimeter per second upon second. So the unit of acceleration in the CGS system is centimeter per second square and it is meter per second square. Second, that means the power of second square. Second in the denominator, so meter per second square and the centimeter per second square. So how much the velocity is changing. Now try to understand some initial velocity or the final velocity. Suppose the car is moving with the velocity 20 meter per second initially. That means the first velocity. So initial velocity, you will always, the symbol of initial velocity is a small u. That means you will write in the numerical, the initial velocity is 20 meter per second. Finally, the car is going to be accelerate. Now the accelerate, that means initially it was 20, now it is 25, that means velocity is increasing. So initially it was 20, that means u is equal to 20 because the symbol of initial velocity is u. And the final velocity because it is going to accelerate, the final velocity is more than initial velocity. and the symbol of final velocity is v. So u is 20, that means initial velocity, v is 25, that means the final velocity. And how will you calculate that? Because what do you understand? Acceleration is the change in velocity. Change means final velocity minus initial velocity. How will you calculate it? Final velocity, that means change in velocity. Change in velocity means final velocity, it is v. The symbol of final velocity is v, and the symbol of initial velocity is u. So you will calculate like a is equal to v minus u upon t. Here it is the final velocity, that is 25. U is the initial velocity, that is v. So by the cross multiplication, you will get at is equal to v minus u, and v you will come this side. So you will get a relationship v is equal to u plus at, where v is the final velocity, u is the initial velocity, a is the acceleration, and t is the time. This will help you in solving the numericals. Now, simply suppose a car is in your garage. Okay, you have kept the car in the garage like today. So from the last 20 or 21 month, our car is in the garage only. So car is in the garage, that means initially it is in the resting position. So what is the initial velocity? U is equal to 0. That means when the car is at the rest, it is not moving. That means it is the initial velocity will remain 0. That means car initially at rest. But now the car is going to move. So that means somebody is driving the car. So the final velocity, after the initial velocity is 0, the final velocity will become suppose 20 meter per second, and time period is 5 seconds. In 5 seconds from the 0, the car is going to acquire the velocity, that is 20 meter per second. So how will you calculate? U initial velocity, because initially car is at rest, u will remain 0. Now it is going to move with the velocity 20 meter per second. So now the final velocity is v in that how much time? 5 seconds. So how will you calculate? What is the formula? V minus u upon t. Acceleration, v is the final velocity, 20 initially it is rest, 20 minus 0, and it will come 5 meter per second. One more condition. Suppose the car is moving. Car is moving with any velocity. Randomly you can take like 25 meters per second. Car is moving with 20. The question it has given, the car is moving with a velocity of 25 meters per second, and finally it comes to rest. How will you calculate? That means in this condition, initial velocity is 25 meters per second, but finally it is coming to rest. That means the final velocity will remain 0, because finally it is coming to the resting position. So final velocity will become 0, and initial velocity in this condition 25 meters per second. How will you calculate? You formalize v minus u upon t. V 0 minus 25. That means the acceleration will come in the minus, because in this case initially the velocity was more and finally the velocity is decreasing, because initially it was 25 and finally it is going to the resting position, so it is at 0. That means you are going to retardation. That means your car is going to the in the retardation position. So in this way you can calculate this acceleration. That means when the car always retard, the speed of the car will be retard, the acceleration will come always in the minus. So in this way, minus 5 meters per second square, it shows that your car is going